Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack, as always, and delighted you've been able to tune in with us yet again for another show. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when the next podcast or show is uploaded onto the platform. And finally, if you would like to support the show, the easiest and the best way is to simply become a channel member. All the details are down below in the description, and it's as simple as clicking join. So now that's all done and dusted. Let's jump into the top stories trending here in Thailand today. A tragic accident on Pattaya's Second Road in Nongpru sub-district of Chonburi province resulted in the death of a 48-year-old Hong Kong tourist, Mr. Chi Fai Lam, after he fell from a Songthaew. The driver has been charged in connection with the incident. The accident occurred on the morning of July 22nd. Mr. Chai Fai Lam suffered serious injuries from the fall. Pattaya City Police Station officers, along with a volunteer rescue team, arrived promptly at the scene. Despite their efforts, including performing CPR and rushing him to the hospital, Mr. Lam succumbed to his injuries. Witness Miss Sarah Pry, 56, reported that the Songthaew driver ignored calls for help and fled the scene. Police officials reviewed CCTV footage and identified the driver as Mr. Tong Chai, who later claimed he was unaware of the incident until informed by the bus company. I had no idea tourists had fallen off from the vehicle. I picked up several tourists from the Dolphin Roundabout in North Pattaya and dropped them off at the entrance of Walking Street. I only found out when the vehicle owner called me. I immediately went to the police, Tong Chai explained. Now, officials from Pattaya City Police Station have charged Tong Chai with reckless driving causing death, failure to provide assistance, and not identifying himself to authorities. Police Lieutenant General Saksira, commander of the Tourist Police, has ordered assistance for Miss Lam's wife to repatriate his body back to Hong Kong for religious ceremonies, coordinating with the Chinese embassy. The authorities will also help her claim damages from the Songthaew driver, with protection provided under the Victims Protection Act and voluntary insurance covering up to 500,000 baht in the event of death. To prevent future incidents, Pattaya Tourist Police and Pattaya City Police Station will hold a meeting with Songthaew operators to emphasize safety measures for serving tourists. The Thai government has vowed to crack down on illegal Chinese businesses following an uproar caused by a company's Billboard in Bangkok, which claimed to offer services to secure citizenship and travel documents from other countries. Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin made this pledge during a visit to Hua Kwang Police Station when he discussed combating common crimes, including loan sharking and drug trafficking. He also ordered authorities to investigate suspicious Chinese businesses in the Hua Kwang area, a popular spot for Chinese tourists and expats. The controversy began when Facebook user Pai Charadul posted a photo of the billboard, which advertised quick passport and citizenship services. The billboard in Chinese promised 100% legal services, privacy protection, and citizenship within 30 days. It displayed images of Indonesia, Cambodia, Turkey, and Vietnam passports, and featured a Chinese man holding a passport. The billboard claimed 13 years of worldwide service and was linked to the Gigi Group, directed by Chen Da-fa. Police Major General Pantana, deputy head of the Immigration Bureau, stated that the billboard's message was legal since it didn't target Thai citizens but offered services to other nationalities. However, the Interior Minister spokesman, Kun Tarasakul, said Minister Anatan Charvakul ordered the billboard's removal and a probe into its legality. The billboard was removed at 11:20 a.m. on the morning of July 19th. Now, Police Major General Sirawat Deepor, the deputy spokesman of the Royal Thai Police Office, stated that National Police Chief Police Colonel Torsak instructed the Metropolitan Police Bureau to verify the billboard's ownership and legality. He emphasized the need for swift prosecution of wrongdoers. Additionally, the immigration police was directed to enforce immigration regulations effectively to balance tourism and security. Now, Move Forward Party MP Werjota Lekkarason criticized the billboard for damaging the government's reputation and attracting transnational criminals to Thailand. The billboard not only tarnishes the country's image, but also encourages criminals to believe they can evade justice by hiding in Thailand and bribing officials, he noted. Now, moving along, and something that I didn't think we were going to see, but Thailand will regulate cannabis through legislation. Rather than relisting it as a narcotic, Deputy Prime Minister Anatan Sharvakul announced. Prime Minister Srettha has agreed that legal regulations is the appropriate step forward. Now, Anatan, whose Bumjai Thai party has long supported the decriminalisation for medical and economic purposes, expressed gratitude to the Prime Minister for considering the approach. This decision followed discussions with the Public Health Minister, Songthaew, the Commerce Minister, and the Prime Minister's Secretary General. It will be a matter of law and debated in Parliament, where there is already a draft law. They were noted. In 2022, Thailand decriminalised marijuana but lacked governing laws, leading to a surge in recreational use and public concern. Bumjai Thai drafted a bill to regulate cannabis, but it failed to pass before the election. The current government, led by the Pheu Thai party, maintains that recreational cannabis use will not be allowed under new regulations being drafted by the Ministry of Public Health. Thailand's cannabis retail sector has grown rapidly, projected to be worth up to $1.2 billion by 2025. Bumjai Thai, the second largest party in the coalition, opposes recreational use and recriminalisation. Anatan said the government will now discuss plans for a draft bill to regulate the cannabis industry, with political parties potentially submitting drafts to Parliament. Now, proposed regulations to recriminalise cannabis are in motion, but have yet to clear the Narcotics Control Board, where Anatan has vowed to vote against the plan. The Office of the Narcotics Control Board proposed the changes to take effect from January 1st of next year, allowing operators to adapt and apply for new licenses. The new rules would prohibit the possession, import, and sale of cannabis flowers and resin without licenses from the Ministry of Public Health, while low THC parts like leaves, roots, fibre, and stems would not be recriminalised. So it seems to be a bit of a U-turn from the government, though we haven't heard from the Prime Minister, and this all seems to be coming out of Anatan Sharvakul's mouth. So we also need to take that into account until the Prime Minister comes out and says that, well, maybe, there could be scope for change. Now, another interesting part is, let's not forget who is responsible for the decriminalisation of marijuana here in the country, and that was Anatan Sharvakul himself as the Minister of Public Health at the time. And he's also responsible for the person who brought no laws in. Now, I think one of the funny things that it says in this article was that, he brought a draft law through, but it didn't pass Parliament. He brought a draft law through after the decriminalisation. So there was no rules and regulations. And then he decided, we better get some rules and regulations. That wasn't a great idea. And instead, at the beginning, which they should have done, was decriminalised with a long list of rules and regulations, and therefore do things properly. Of course, that's not what happened in this case. Now, it is worth noting that his party also are against the recreational use of marijuana. So whatever law comes into effect, I still think we're going to see the banning of recreational use here in Thailand. All the parties agree upon that. So what is exactly going to happen to all these cannabis shops all around the country if they cannot sell for recreational use? It doesn't matter if they just leave it and it's decriminalized and kept as is. If they're saying that we're not going to allow it for recreational use, what exactly is going to happen to a lot of these places that opened up? I don't think there's much business, for prescription cannabis oil and coffee every day. It'll be worth seeing how it goes down. As I said, the fact that we haven't heard this from the Prime Minister mouth yet as well, little cause for concern. Anatan has a history of speaking up and not discussing things with anybody, but we'll see how it works out. But I wonder what you think. Do you think it should be recriminalized? Or do you think that, I will be honest, when I first heard it, I thought that Thailand was making a big mistake. And I just thought because there was no rules and regulations around it. But now that they have done it, I think it's hard to reel it back in. I think there should be rules and regulations behind it. And there should be places where you can smoke and not smoke. And these should all be enforced as such. And I think if you're a licensed premises like a pub, a bar, a hotel, there should be no smoking of marijuana there. And maybe home use only or something along that. But I'd love to know what you think about it. Recriminalization, decriminalization, your thoughts down below in the comment section. And finally, the Move Forward Party is advocating for the legislation of the adult entertainment industry and its related products, including pornographic materials and sex toys. The proposal submitted to Parliament last week is expected to be discussed in the lower house within the next week or two. Currently, all types of adult materials, including pornographic images and sex toys, are banned here in Thailand. The MFP proposed amendments would lift this ban, with exceptions for materials depicting sexual violence, rape, and sex with minors. It would also prohibit individuals under the age of 20 from producing adult content. Now, additionally, the amendment seeks to relax the rules surrounding the sale of sex toys. The MFP argues that bringing the adult content industry into the open would allow for legal regulation and discussion, which could benefit the economy through taxation and improve the safety of industry workers.